Playback, The Lost Tapes. Originally written and voiced by Musical Pumpkin. It was cold, which I suppose could have gone without saying, considering I was in the heart of Eastern Europe. But that night the cold slithered through every crack and crevice. A horrid chill was carried upon the wind like a sack filled of misfortunes, or the shoulder of a tottering parent. Our APC came to a sudden stop as we had reached the address. The back hatch flew open as we all filed out. As soon as we were ready, we breached the front door and gained access to the premise. To our surprise, as we entered, we were met with a cold and unforgiving silence. We followed a massive wire and cords, all of which seemed to flow in a single bundle down into a basement. We quietly made our way down the stairs until we came upon a room, preceded by a bluish light that emanated forth from it. What was contained within was nothing short of a nightmare. We had located the missing persons, and whom we presumed was the one behind the kidnappings. He hung at the center of the room, suspended in some sort of sleep. All the wire and cord that we followed all ended at this large personal tube that he was plugged into. I remember as we began checking on the welfare of the victims and quietly attempting to unplug and extract them. I leaned over a young girl and began undoing her restraints. Her eyes suddenly shot open. Our eyes met, and I saw hers were filled with fear. The poor girl must have been so confused. I put a finger to my mouth to keep her quiet. To my frustration, I was still struggling with her restraints. Pavel and Sasha were watching the kidnapper, while I and the others were freeing people. Then, the din was cut by a voice. It was a little girl. I looked back at her, and I thought it was her, but as I looked, I heard her talk again. My hurt sank into my gut as I heard her voice, but her mouth did not move. Just then I heard a loud, distant rumble. It was one that seemed to grow closer with each passing second. The rumble was Pavel. He was yelling my name. In shock, I turned and saw the monster was awake. His voice was that of the girl's. The voice begged us for help, begged us to free it, cried and wailed for salvation. All of this, and it was smiling. The voice fell suddenly into a lower tone, a man's voice now. As if on cue, the other victims woke up. We were suddenly set upon. The girl grabbed me and tossed me aside like a rag doll. Pavel turned as one of the victims leaped from their table and slew him right in front of me. Sasha, stricken, opened up with his weapon. They were dropped in an instant. I quickly got up from being tossed and watched in horror as the girl was crawling toward me. Her voice still begged us to help her, to free her. All the while her eyes bore nothing but hate. Anton, another officer, opened up with his saw. The girl was torn to shreds, her voice becoming nothing more than scratchy static as it fell silent. To protect ourselves, we had to liquidate the victims. He had done something to them, something that caused them to violently attack us. The deafening quiet was broken by sobbing. It was the monster. His voice filled the room like the stench of a rotting corpse. He said that we took away his family. He quickly repeated this over and over again. He then rose from his resting place, and the final battle began. I had managed to reacquire my weapon, and I, Sasha, and Anton all opened up. Our rounds They found our marks, but in his rage, he did not care. He slew Sasha first. I watched him grab Sasha by the neck and crush it like an eggshell. His body was flung against a wall like garbage. Anton was next. His weapon threw round after round into his metal hide, but it didn't matter. The monster took Anton and ripped his head from his shoulders. Then it turned towards me. I loaded another magazine and let loose with what little hope I had left. I suppose we had done enough damage to him as he collapsed to his knees right at my feet. Sparks and warning lights flickered from his muds as he convulsed and seized. The last broken word he spoke was family. I radioed back to the APC for backup and cleanup. I lost 3 friends that night. 3 nights at the table were lost to the dragon. Can I even say that it was sacrifice? The monster was dead, but we walked away with blood-red hands and nothing to show for it. We rescued none of the victims that day. All of them had to be put down. Whatever program or software or whatever this madman had been using had corrupted them. How deep this corruption went, whether into just their mods or the souls, was anyone's guess. I will never forget that day. Rest in peace, my brothers. The beast was felled. Hey everybody, it's your good friend and Musical Pumpkin back from Watch Over Your Pumpkin Patch. If anybody was keeping an eye on the channel this morning, they may have seen a teaser, and that teaser was in reference to this. Welcome to Playback, The Lost Tapes, a short series that will be running along the still going Fractured Stories that we have going on originally. And there's also a few other projects in the pipeline, but I won't get too deep into that because there were a few things I'm not sure about. It's still in the thinking process, if you will. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed. This was episode 1, The Family He Made. And yeah, leave a comment if you liked it. Or if you didn't like it, comment that too. Excuse me. And yeah. Happy Monday. I hope your week's going well. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you to break a leg or anything. But I'm going to tell you, keep your head on a swivel and stay safe out there. Alright. Stay awesome, and from us at Musical Pumpkin Studios, stay dope.